Could this year finally be the year? They've been saying it for a long time off East Tennessee Street, but either way, I can promise you there was certainly history tonight between Lincoln and Leon.
In a big matchup in South Georgia, one Thomas County Central has had circle all year long. Lee County coming to town.
But a region showdown at the Concrete Palace, Lowndes and Colquitt County on Football Friday night.
The Big Bend and South Georgia's premier high school football show. This is the award-winning Football Friday night on WCTV.
How about some better football news? Ryan Kelly, Alison, Posey. No Taylor Viles tonight. He's off in the Northeast at a wedding.
Yeah, but, having fun.
Yeah, but you know what? We had plenty of fun, too, because there was some great high school football
There was some great high school football. Little Mother Nature action, too.
Just a smidge.
But the good football making up for it.
I'm staring darts at Mike McCall over here. He says sorry, but he doesn't have to apologize because we had ourselves a great game of the week. Colquitt County and Lowndes. This one came down to a walk-off field goal a year ago. Lowndes looking to maybe get a little revenge at the Concrete Palace. Let's head on out there because there's always a reason for the Concrete Crazies to show up. Colquitt County, great throw. Even better.
Oh, hello.
Goodness gracious. That ends the first quarter of this one.
And in the second quarter, they're going to make it count. Touchdown pack. They trail 17-13 to Lowndes at this point in the ballgame.
But the Vikes answer right back. Yeah, there's a reason that young fella's going to Texas A&M because he makes throws like that. Touchdown, Vikings, 24-14.
And we got good offense. How about some good defense, too? Colquitt County can't get anything moving here because the Vikings all over that O.
And then how about this? Lowndes striking again, near sideline. See you later. Turning on the afterburners is the Vikings. This one ended up being crimson and gray because it was 31-14 at that point, and by the end of 48 minutes, that's what it would stay. Your final score, Lowndes gets revenge on the Pack, 31-14. This was a really big win for Coach Carter and company.
Yeah, I mean, when you start region play, you want to start out with a win, and a big win over a good football team is an even better way to go.
It most certainly is. Let's keep things going, shall we? Because let's go to the Jackets Nest. Thomas County Central hosting Lee County, their lone loss a year ago. And by the way, still the only regular season loss of the Justin Rogers era. Jalen Johnson, Jabari Watkins, the turf monster gets him. But don't worry for that Central offense because Johnson is going to keep it himself right up the gut. 7-0 ball game in the county. From there, how about some TCC defense coming to play against the Trojans? Cam Brooks and a swarm of Jackets meet up at the quarterback. Lee County eventually punts it away. Ensuing Jacket drive, goal to go. Johnson zipping it over the middle. Jabari Watkins, takes it to the promised land. 14-0, setting the tone early. The Jackets sting Lee 35-21. They remain perfect on the year.
All right, talking about region play, about all the Wildcats as Valdosta headed to Camden County. Valdosta bringing the energy early on in this one. The opening kickoff, mishandled.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Trey Alison is there to fall on the football, and just like that, the first big play for the road team. Visiting Wildcats take over deep in territory. They take advantage of the great field position, too. Marquise Fennell running it in for the touchdown to take the early lead. Valdosta back on offense in the first quarter. They keep the rock on the ground, and this time it's going to be Darren Foster scooting on into the end zone, practically untouched in this one. Valdosta moves up 14-0, looking for the knockout punch in this one. Camden scores, but Valdosta responds here, capped off by another touchdown run by Foster. 21-6 now in the second quarter. Valdosta, they keep on rolling. Yeah, that's rolling. 63-19, the final.
I'm not going to say anything. You know what? I am going to say something. Valdosta and Lowndes are still undefeated.
Don't jinx it.
I'm not jinxing anything because there's nothing to jinx right now.
They're good.
Speaking of teams hoping to be undefeated, how about the Maclay Marauders back in Tallahassee tonight, hoping to stay perfect and go 5-0 against the Baby Rattlers of FAMU DRS. We've got that coming up on the other side of this. Oh, we love it. Action at the Dead Sea tonight, which means that Rickards Marching Raider Band gets a chance to perform on its home field, as it rarely gets to do, but still so great to see them perform.
And awesome band, but can I just say, we've talked about this before, the Dead Sea, probably one of my favorite field names for any team.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
And the blue turf. Come on now.
Yeah, it's all perfect.
It's
and
also
it's so
perfect.
Rickards. It's so identity focused. Yeah. It's so who they are. Welcome back to your Football Friday Night. Ryan and Alison here with you. Okay, Lincoln and Leon. We've heard this for a long time. Could this be the year? Could this be the year? Could the rivalry finally flip Big Red's way? Well, they were the home team at Gene Cox tonight, and they were certainly hoping that it would be their way. A faint rainbow greeting.
Bringing them some luck, perhaps?
And there was a pot of green and gold because there weren't a whole lot of highlights, but James Butler with the nice catch there. However, they can't capitalize because Taylor Jacobs Jr., Malik Denmark, reigning scholar athlete,
Absolutely.
4-6 points, 35-0 Lincoln in the first. Denmark getting it done on defense too. How about a pick? Almost as impressive as the GPA.
3.9.
Jacob Murphy wrote this pretty well.
Yeah.
Kadarius Huggins with the determined run. It's 42-0 Lincoln in the second. And then another running back got in on the fun. How about Jaden Wells, the punishing finish for 6. 49-0. 10 minutes left in the half. Lincoln rolls, and their streak continues over the Lions, 70-0.
All right, Maclay at Bragg tonight against FAMU DRS. Maclay looking to stay perfect. Drew Lamandola starting things off for Maclay, running it right on in. FAMU DRS tries to get a play going, but check this. Caden Harrell keeping up with the QB, one hand, taking him down.
That's impressive.
That's a safety. Holding off a Maclay defender here. Henry Richardson gets in for another 6. Maclay's Anthony White. Again, just more and more highlights. Going to run right in for, guess what? Another Maclay touchdown. Marauders, no problem tonight against the Baby Rattlers, 42-14. They're now 5-0 on the year.
Yes, they are. We may talk about them a little bit later on. Fort Walton Beach visited the Dead Sea. This was a close one. Good pressure from the Vikings. Ends up with a pick for Jordan Kelly as he rolls to his left. Fires it crossbody again. It's not a smart decision there. But don't worry about Rickards because Carlisle Price is going to make a good run, weaving in and out of defenders as that one gets dropped off to him. Navigating traffic. Good stuff there. Look at that. Putting the Raiders in plus territory. How about Price again? How about another handoff, and this time it's going into the end zone. The Raiders get it done on home turf, 16-3. All right, AP, you know, there was a big story throughout the Big Bend this weekend, and it all had to do with the Gadsden County Jaguars.
Absolutely. Gadsden County finally at home after 3 straight road games. The Jags got their final ruling from the FHSAA Sunday, still with that postseason ban, Ryan, but Darius Simmons, he was wearing number 50 right there. He can play. The First Academy, the opponent tonight, Royals scoring first. Brian Dillard, Danny Odom making the grab. It's 7-0 early. TFA back on offense here, but not for long. Zachariah Hall, the South Alabama commit, rocking the quarterback. His teammate scoops it up. Jags recovered. They'd settle the score soon after. Check this. Ashton Callahan, 40 yards. Goodbye. 7-7 ball game midway through the first quarter, but the Royals, they roll 42-14 final over Gadsden County.
All right, now how about that Thomasville Jeff Davis
There we go.
game? They were cheering from the top of the, I got out of the truck and they were like, give us a shot. Jeff Davis rolled the dice in Bulldog territory on 4th down. No, the defense stands 28-14 for the home team. And speaking of the home team, they got right to work. The pitch to A.J. Hill Jr. He gets the near sideline for a nice gain into midfield. And if it ain't broke, AP,
don't fix it.
don't fix it, because here he goes again. Up the gut, defenders chasing. How about a little shoestrings? Nope, I step on into the end zone, young man. Thomasville leads 35-14. They blow out Jeff Davis 56-21.
All right, we mentioned Mother Nature at the beginning of the show. She was a real pain tonight in Bearcat Country. Cairo visiting Bainbridge tonight. Lightning delay just before the half, dragging this one out. Ryan, they are still playing.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are still awake.
Yeah.
Last check.
Last check.
Yeah, Cert Makers, they were ahead 28-0 heading into the fourth quarter.
All right, let's keep this thing moving. Let's go to Blakely, Early County, and undefeated Seminole County. Seminole hoping that they weren't going to be next. Only 30 minutes separate these two, by the way. Bobcats got the ball first. They would strike first. Devonis Lee battling his way on in. Tough stuff for the home team, and they get to strike here. This one was mostly defense early on, but Ellis Denham taken down by a host of Cats. 2 plays later, Jimmy Jones getting a big tackle for loss. That brings up 4th down. This is a really, really good early team. Lightning would force an early end to this game in the 4th quarter. The Bobcats end up getting the win 18-7. Let's keep
first loss, too, of the year.
It is. Big board time now. Some interesting stuff here. McCullough and Swanee played a dandy in Live Oak tonight. 30-23, the War Eagles eke it out. Godby gets the win at Baker County. Plenty a really tough place to go get a win.
Yeah, it is. And Godby, they needed that win. 17-13 is a big win for them. How about Hamilton County?
A shutout. That's impressive. After a really impressive
Yeah.
performance by Jefferson last week in Monticello against Vernon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was about to say, I completely lost my train of thought there. Liberty gets the win over rival Sneads, 21-14. Lafayette, another big win.
Mayo.
How about
I see ya.
Brantford? Happy
Yep.
homecoming to the Bucks. They get it done against Hilliard, 37-21. Franklin County now 5-1. Bluntstown keeps rolling.
Hello, Bluntstown.
And over in South Georgia,
Clinch County. Hello. Remember Irwin County? They always used to be.
They used to meet in state every year.
Not anymore.
And now they just get pasted in the regular season.
Yep.
Brooks County, great win for Josh McFather and company. They get it done 28-0. Berrien unfortunately falls just short to Bacon County. Miller with the shutout over Terrell. Pelham falls, Lanier falls, and Brookwood falls. Play of the week, game of the week, all that good stuff right after this. One last score of note, didn't make it into the big board tonight. A little error there. 29-0 Deerfield Windsor winners over Baconton Charter. Really, really good plays of the week this week.
Yeah, we do have some good plays of the week, and we always like good defensive plays, and we've got some dandies for you. How about Gadsden County tonight? They lost to the First Academy, but check this hit. Zachariah Hall. That hurts. You know that hurts.
Yeah, he'll be sore in the morning.
Yeah.
He'll be sore on the bus ride home.
We love good defense.
We also love A.J. Hill Jr. getting it right up the gut and taking it right to the his A, and a little high step at the end for good measure. How about that? Thomasville blows out Jeff Davis at home.
All right, and how about another defensive play? Maclay's, Caden Harrell, FAMU DRS trying to get away. One-handed, brings him down. That's safety.
That's some strength.
It is.
One arm.
One-handed. Yeah. Weight room.
WCTV.tv, that's where you vote. You have till Sunday, and then come back next Friday, because we told you we weren't done with you, undefeated Maclay.
Yep.
How about a battle of unbeatens on Tallahassee's north side?
Hey.
Taylor County is headed to pay the Marauders a visit. Taco on bye this week. The Marauders got it done against the Baby Rattlers. This will be a matchup I don't think a lot of people saw coming.
I don't, and I went to Maclay a couple weeks ago, and I talked to Ari Sloan, their head coach, and he admitted in the summer they were young in a lot of positions. He didn't think they would be here. Super excited for them and Taylor County.
Well, they're believing, and they've got the Dogs next week, and we've got overtime right after this. Join us on Facebook Live, YouTube, the WCTV app. Talk a little smack. Until then, go Rattlers, go Blazers, good night.